Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to show you guys how I pushed 2500 medals in Clash Royale. So in this first game I'm playing against Logbait Tesla, and this matchup is pretty unwinnable normally, but you know, if your opponent doesn't play perfectly, you can try and make some plays to induce mistakes. So he goes Princess first play and I just Ice Spirit Knight. He goes in, nothing, you know, deep barrel, I catch it, nothing too crazy to start the game off. The strategy for this game is going to be to try and overwhelm them later on, because he's running Dagger Duchess. You can try and overwhelm it. This hog in the back, don't think about it too much. There's like, if I played hog at the bridge or hog in the back, he goes Goblin Gang either way because I don't have log. And I knew this, so I just went for it in the back just to confuse him, because why not? But you'll see that hog in the back is a good play later on in the game to try and overwhelm the Dagger Duchess and get two hogs at the same time. So cycling E-Spirit, I go for a Knight in the back. Again, you want to be cycling your evolutions to get back to them as quickly as possible. He goes for a Goblin Barrel, which I just log. I'm going to be taking Fireball value on any princesses that I see, especially earlier on in the game, because you definitely want to be able or have the option to change lanes. You want to be keeping that as open as possible. And I mean, this matchup is, you kind of just got to survive at the start. You don't want them to get too much early chip. You don't want to be behind too much. Like, I'm down a little bit here. Here, I knew that he was going to make this play. Like, I was fairly sure because I knew he had Knight and Princess. I didn't want to try and go for like a Knight and then my Evo Knight dies. I think I just let him play it and then just Fireball for the positive Elixir trade. Here, I just go Evo Knight onto this gang. And now at this point, I could have gone hog same lane and probably should have in hindsight, but I thought that he wouldn't be able to defend this since he doesn't have Elixir, but unfortunately double Elixir hits just, like, if it wasn't double Elixir, my Evo Skellies right here pop off on the right, but since double Elixir just hit, I don't get as much damage as maybe I could have. I go Prediction Cannon thinking he might go Princess at the bridge, but he didn't. I go really aggressive opposite lane, and since I have a cannon, I can just full defend with skeletons, and actually my hog gets a hit, which is huge. We're in the lead, and at this point in the game, I still thought I'm probably going to lose, because it's just that, this is like probably the most unwinnable matchup that there is in the game for 2.6, but I have Dagger Duchess and I have Evo Knight. If you guys are wondering why I'm running Evo Knight, it's just, I don't know, I was just trying it out. Anime Art, who's like another top player, he's at 3000 with this deck, kind of suggested it to me, and I thought, why not try it out? It's kind of fun. It does well against Goblin Drill and the Beatdown meta, so why not? But 2.6 is also very viable. Like, there are tons of players high up with 2.6 as well. So again, I'm applying some pressure. I go hog in the back again, and I'm kind of doing something I mentioned in another video of mine where I condition the opponents to plays that I make. So I'm getting him used to this hog in the back play so that, you know, at some point I'll go hog in the back and then prediction log, and you know, he won't expect it. Just, you know, trying to keep things, you don't want to, in like high up especially, you kind of don't want to be predictable, and you want to like change up the rhythm of the game. You don't want it to just be you attack and you defend and you attack and you defend. You want it to sometimes be you attack and then you attack again and they don't expect it and then they've wasted like a support card. Kind of like the flow of the game. Here I go cannon because you have to DPS down the Tesla. This Evo Tesla would have stayed alive for way too long otherwise. Again, he just goes in. I decided just to tank one hit. I could have actually full defended now I think about it. Could have full defended that Goblin Barrel. I take Fireball value here onto his Tesla. I'm just trying to keep up with his damage, but you can see that I'm slowly falling behind. And the later this game goes on, he's just going to start rocket cycling me. And so very soon I'm going to have to make something happen. And it's so important to keep track of cycle, and you guys are about to see why. So he goes for a rocket, and so I just go hog in the back, and I'm cycling cards. I get my Evo Knight in front of everything. He logs, I go Musketeer thinking he's going to go for his Knight, and he does. I Fireball his everything just to go for my hog prediction log, which is huge, and I force him, and look at this, Ice Spirit, and the Ice Spirit jumps into E-Spirit because he doesn't have anything else in cycle, and that gets me tons of musky value. Now I'm back in the game. I catch his Princess at the same time because, you know, I'm keeping track of his cycle. I go hog in the back, and again, the point of this hog in the back and all of this is basically to apply pressure to stop him from being able to go for rockets. Because if he's just rocket cycling me, I lose. But if I can make him use his rockets on defense, like he does here, then that allows me now to then just Fireball cycle. Now I'm within 300 damage, I Fireball, and that's it. Even my Knight gets a hit, but I think the Fireball was enough. And I mean, that's GG's. Really, really close game, and you know, really nice game. This was the game that got me to 2500, so you know, this is basically how you play the matchup. In this next game, we're playing against the most meta deck. I mean, I think I play this deck every other game. It's this giant beatdown deck, and I like running Knight in this deck because it also helps out against this. Ice Golem it's not bad, but I like having Knight for that extra DPS. So since he uses his Fisherman, I just go for a Hog Ice Spirit opposite lane. He has to go for his Little Prince. This is one of those decks where you should definitely be memorizing all the cards that are in it. And there are two versions. There's one with like Evo Zap arrows, and then there's one with like lightning and pump and stuff. There's two versions of this deck that are running. Sometimes they run Night Witch as well. So you got to know which version you're playing against. Again, it's kind of like this is one of those matchups where their deck has such huge punish potential if you overcommit, so you need to be really conscious of when to go in for your hogs. Here is just nonsense. I mean, he just goes for a Knight and then lightning. It's like, okay, what do you want from me? I knew he was going to Evo Bomber, but I kind of had to let the Evo Bomber do its thing. Unfortunately, all my Evo Skellies died, but this was about as well as I could have defended. I knew this was going to happen even when he did it. I was thinking he's going to go Knight, Giant, Lightning, and I don't have anything for it, but it's okay. I then just pressure opposite lane, hoping to get some damage back, and thankfully I do manage to. This is a really good Ice Spirit. Look at that. Ice Spirit just distracts the Fisherman, gets my Hog like an extra hit. Huge. And his Phoenix and Fisherman are split up, so now my Dagger Duchess can deal with both lanes very easily. I also just managed to get my Dagger Duchess maxed, and Hog Rider is basically only viable with Dagger Duchess. I was playing, you know, I was basically hard stuck around 2100, and then I pushed 2500 as soon as I got the Dagger Duchess. It's kind of insane how broken it is. But yeah. So I go for this Evo Knight, and you know, I just take the Fireball value on this Little Prince. Go for this high cannon so it's outside of lightning range, and I'm already back to another Musketeer, so I just play it. I go Ice Spirit, everything getting DPS'd. I know he's going to Lightning, there it is. I'm just trying to space stuff out as much as possible. Log, Skellies, and you know, pretty clean defense. You got some Lightning value, which is why we're down. But other than that, it's fine. Go for Hog, and I get this beautiful Ice Spirit. It gets me one hit. I mean, I'll take a hit when he goes Evo Knight, because usually Evo Knight full count as a Hog. So you want to be pre-placing cannons in this matchup, especially the version where they have lightning, because it's very easy. You need to be able to get back to them. I just go in here because I know that if I play passive, I'm going to lose, because he's just going to lightning my cannon. You can see how effective it was just going aggressive. I get his tower down to 8 HP, and he wasn't able to support his push. So this was a very instructive game of how you beat this. That you see, I was talking about sometimes you want to attack and then attack again. That's basically what I did. I just double attacked and forced his hand. So, GG's, nice game. In this third game, I'm playing against Golem, which is also, I guess it's meta. A lot of beatdown decks are meta, just simply because of Dagger Duchess. Beatdown decks do really well against it. So, take Fireball value on Barbs, and I know that just Ice Spirit plus the tower will full counter these Barbs on the left side. He is leaking Elixir, that's just what Golem players do, and then he goes for this LP in the back, so I just respond by going Knight in the back. And at this point I already have a pretty good idea what deck he's running, and as soon as he plays Pump I'm sure, which is why I go Skeletons knowing he has Tornado. If I was a bit smarter I would have delayed the Skeletons so that he couldn't Nado both. It was kind of bad timing on the Skeletons, but the play was good. Because he was just able to Nado everything at the same time, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. He goes for a Bomber, and I mean, Dagger Duchess full counters it, so I don't know why he did that. He probably should have just gone for it in the back. He goes another Pump, and he's trying to outcycle me, but the thing is, he has such a heavy deck that I don't need to Fireball it immediately anyway, so I'm not like aggressively cycling to a Fireball. I'm just chilling out, because I know that, you know, I'm just going to play Skellies here. I'm just going to Fireball. I don't need to Fireball immediately, because he's not going to be able to outcycle me again. So Little Prince, he gets 3 card cycle down. You can see how both of us are basically just chilling out. I've said this so many times, but with Hog Rider, you really just want to pick your moment. You know, you really don't want to be too aggressive. And like here, for example, I'm just going on defense. Reason being, He's just gone for a couple pumps, so he's got a little bit of a positive elixir trade, but he's also wasted a bunch of important cards. Like his little prince now is dead. And I'm just setting up with a cannon. He goes E-drag. I go for my... Look at this. These are really beautiful. I go for my Musk, and I know he's going to NATO everything in, so I go for my skeleton. Look where I place those Evo skeletons. All the way at the top on the left so that the NATO doesn't pull at least some of them. And that really helped out on this defense. I have to Fireball. I have to Log as well. I was a little inexperienced with Dagger Duchess at this point. I thought it would be enough. So that's why I played my Musk a little bit late. If I played it early, I think I could have gotten away by using left cycle cards. But overall, still good defense. And now I have this counter pushing Musk. I might as well go in for a Hog Rider. I'd Log his Evo Bomber. Well, I thought I would, but I missed. So I Fireball as well. Look at this Fireball. Really good Fireball, because my Musk gets 2 hits, and it's so late in the game that there's no point going in for Fireballing his... what's it called? His Collector. I go in for this really aggressive Hog Fireball Log, because I knew he's going to play Evo Barbs, and I know that since I have Evo Skeletons, I should be able to defend this just fine. Also, his Evo Barbs are now out of cycle, and that's one of his most important evolutions. His Bomber he went for in the back, I don't know why, so he just gives me free Evo Skeleton value. He plays all of his troops and clumps it all together, so I just Log and get this really juicy Fireball. Knight up high just to distract everything, and I mean, that's his whole push dead. So, again, just go for a Hog Rider. I know he's going to go Barbs, so I go Ice Spirit, but actually he just goes for E-Drag, and I think he just basically gave up. I mean, even if he went for Barbs, I'm up so much damage that in a minute 32 I just defend and I'll win. In this final game, I'm playing against Pekka RamRider Lightning. It's not too common a deck, but I guess Pekka is. Pekka's quite a good matchup in general. For 2.6, for Hoggy Q it's quite a bit more difficult. But I go for a Musketeer, nothing crazy, I'm just sort of waiting to see. He Lightnings, just average Pekka player, just... I don't know, such a brain dead play, but it worked. Forced out a bunch of elixir from me and gave him basically a free Lightning. So, not really much I can do. Again, at the start of the game, you're just trying to figure out what deck your opponent's playing. And, I mean, now that he's used Lightning, I at least know he's not got Poison, he hasn't got Fireball. And especially when I see Lightning, I'm like 99% sure this is RamRider, because Mega Knight Lightning and Pekka Lightning basically always means they're running RamRider. So, I don't know why he went Little Prince ability. To be honest, I don't think it was a good ability. But I guess it forced out a Log and Ice Spirit, so maybe it's not too bad. He goes Knight in the back. I think I just respond with a Knight of my own. I'm down a little bit, it seems, but... Actually, oh yeah, I go split Skeletons because, like, how... You might as well go split against Beatdown pushes, because it forces out more elixir, because now he has to bar barrel the right side, which is nice. And on the left side, my Evo Skeletons, I at least forced out his Baby Dragon. I get the Fireball value, and because I'm running Dagger Duchess, it just cleans everything up with no damage taken. Again, he goes for this really bizarre ability. I don't know why he keeps going for it. Like, even if he gets some damage, there's just no point. His damage is on the right side, so I don't know. I don't think it was a good ability, but maybe. And so, this is a really interesting play. He goes Pekka in the back, and that means that since I have my Evo Knight, I know that I have a good offense, but how do I defend? So first I go Musketeer, just to make sure that I've got something for that Pekka. And then he goes RamRider, and I'm thinking, if I go full out on attack here, you know, Evo Knight Hog, then defending this shouldn't be too bad, because even if he Lightning, which I knew he would, I just Ice Spirit, and you can see both towers helping out, just completely melted the RamRider. A Knight again, and look how much damage I got on the right side. This was a big mistake that he made going Pekka when I have my Evo Knight, and now he's forced to Pekka same lane to stop me going in for Hog Riders and splitting up his push. And at this point, it's just damage limitation. If I can just stop him getting damage and just defend, basically, I'll win this game. So I have Evo Skeletons. I go high cannon because I want to get back to another one. I decided to go Evo Skeletons and just Fireball so that my cannon will take care of his little prince, and then the cannon also will stay alive and deal with the Pekka. I go for a Musketeer. Bad RamRider goes straight into my cannon. Here I played a really weird Knight. I should have gone for it lower and actually hit the RamRider. So if RamRider does dash, I easily could have stopped that, but it's okay. I go for a Hog now, and again, he doesn't have Elixir because of that pretty bad RamRider. I knew he's going to have the Little Prince, so I go for Prediction Fireball, and that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Take care. Peace.